I've been to Agne. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Jen Dempsey. How are you? Pookie1663. Amy Neviggio. I don't know if Laura Pack. Hi, Mrs. Melissa Pratt. Hi, Julie Morgan. Hi, Bella. Hygiene. Hi, everybody. I'm so happy that we're all here together on a Friday. I'm so happy we made it to Friday. I'm looking forward to the weekend, and I'm really glad to be speaking with somebody today that I admire, and somebody today that I hope will help us get through the weekend and through these last couple of weeks of this year and help us prepare for the new year by talking about what's really essential in our lives. And that's why I really wanted to have Greg McEwan join us today. He wrote the best-selling book, Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less. The Disciplined Pursuit of Less. And I've been a big fan of his, an admirer of his. And this conversation, we're going to put it up in the Sunday paper because I think so much of what he says, and you can follow him on Instagram. Obviously, you can read his book. He has a podcast, and he talks about the importance of boundaries, about discernment, about asking yourself certain questions that help you decide what actually is essential in your life, what's keeping you from actually focusing on your priorities. And, maybe there's many of us who do too many things and don't actually focus on the one or two things that we should be focusing on. And that actually ends up leaving us feeling depleted, angry at ourselves, or feeling like we're not really doing anything and we're just actually doing too much. So Debbie says, hi, I'm so anxious to hear him. Well, be calm about hearing him. Sit back, focus, relax. These are some questions, and I'm going to bring him on in a minute, but I liked this. He said, have you ever found yourself stretched too thin? Do you sometimes feel overwhelmed and underutilized? Yep. Do you feel motion sickness instead of momentum? That's an interesting question. Does your day sometimes get hijacked by someone else's agenda? Very often for me. Have you ever said yes simply to please and then resented it? Yes, that would be me too. And then he says, if you answered yes to any of these, the way out is the way of the essentialist. Woo! There's a way out. Today we're going to find a way out. Wowie, I'm really excited. Let's see if I can find him. Let's see, where is he? There he is. There he is. I'm going to, and then hopefully he'll be joining us with his wisdom and all of it. But there he is. Hi, Greg.
Hey, how are you, Maria?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm well, but your intro there was amazing. You just need to keep on going because that I couldn't do better myself. Marvelous.
I need you to join me, and then I'll wrap you up really well too. How about that?
Brilliant.
Good. Well, I'm so glad. We haven't really met, but you know that I'm an admirer of yours, and I've quoted you and written about some of the things that you've written about. But I thought it would be such a great way to kind of end out this year to talk to you, because you kind of coined this phrase, essentialism, and we've heard it used so much this year in terms of who's essential, who's not, what's essential, what's not. How do you think the word has evolved this year into our vernacular?
Well, it's, everybody, when COVID first hit, suddenly had to live as involuntary essentialists. It was like we'd all been sent to our room. Somebody up there said, look, you go and sit down and you have a good think about it and you come out when you're ready. And so that's the opportunity, the great reset that we had to be able to really work out of all these things we were doing previously, right, which ones really matter to us, which ones do we want to go back to. There was a YouGov poll in the UK that showed that only 9% of people wanted to go back to how things were before.
Only 9%.
Only 9%. So it's this sense that, yes, we don't want to be living in this as our new normal forever, but that doesn't mean we want to rush back to how it was before, this frenetic, frantic, undisciplined pursuit of more either. So this is a chance, I think 2020, a pause in a way, amidst all the exhaustion, all the uncertainty, to wonder, what is it we want 2021 to be? What are the essentials we want to design our life around?
You said that COVID made all of us around the world involuntary essentialists. What is a voluntary essentialist? And for those who have not read your book or have not listened to your podcast, and I was saying before you came on, you can listen to your podcast, you can follow you on Instagram where you pose really thought-provoking questions. But what does it mean to identify as an essentialist?
An essentialist is someone who is really exploring what is essential, eliminating everything that is not essential, and then building a system to make it as easy as possible to do what really matters. It's those three things: explore, eliminate, and execute. That's what essentialism is. And an essentialist is someone who doesn't just do that once or twice, but really embodies those three things.
Okay, explore, eliminate.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps someone do that. You've written about your ability to be discerning and to have the practice of discernment. And you hear a lot about that in the Catholic faith, and definitely having gone to a Jesuit school. But how do you decide what is essential? How do you eliminate what isn't?
Okay, so we could do this in two different ways. I could talk about how you could do it, or you and I could really apply it right now. Which one would you prefer?
Let's apply it.
Okay, so I'll ask you a question, just your first answer to the question, Maria. What is one thing that's essential for you right now, highly important, but you're currently underinvesting in it? You know it matters, but really, if you're honest, you're not doing as much about it as you wish you were. First thought. You've already had it. You've already had the thought. I know you already had it. What was it?
My love life. I'm not.
Your love life. My goodness, that was not the answer that I was expecting, but it's marvelous.
I work all the time. I'm
right.
deeply invested in my children. I'm deeply invested in my friends and in my work, in my purpose, in my service. And well, actually, maybe I'm also not invested in kind of rest or in, less.
Yes, but your first answer was awfully good.
Let's move on to that.
Yes, if you'd prefer, I will take a different answer. Although I feel like it's easy to look at your life from a distance. It's easy to imagine what you just described. Your existing commitments to family, your existing commitments to noble and good causes, and many of them, all of that, I can see you are highly,